What is up, my friends? It's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan. Today's video is going to be me showing you how I made some vegan cinnamon rolls. I mostly followed the recipe by Tasty, but I took a few slight different turns. When I first started a mostly plant-based diet, I started baking a lot. I got very addicted to baking for like a month, and I followed this YouTuber called The Sweetest Vegan. I'm not sure if she still makes videos, but her cinnamon rolls were so good. So I made those so many times, and I'm pretty sure that's why I gained like 5 pounds in that month, but you know, not a big deal. Anyways, for this video, I'm mainly using the Tasty recipe with a few tweaks inspired by The Sweetest Vegan. I'm gonna link both those recipe videos down below and a link to my blog post down below as well. And today's video is once again sponsored by me, Cheap Lazy Vegan. We've got the Christmas merch available, guys. Super cute. This Christmas sweater is awesome. We've got mugs, we've got baby shirts. I mean, we got the whole shebang, my friends. If you want to grab yourself a nice Christmas sweater, you can get 15% off right now with the coupon code VEGANCHRISTMAS. It's only available until Christmas Day. You can also use that code to get my ebook as well. So check out that link down below and get 15% off your order with the code Vegan Christmas only until Christmas Day. Happy shopping, and let's get on with the cinnamon buns. In a large mixing bowl, we are going to whisk together almond milk, melted butter, and sugar. So we want this mixture to be warm because apparently it needs to be warm for the yeast to activate. I don't really know what these words mean, but let's pretend that I do. That's the brand of butter I'm using. So we want to make sure it's warm. It says somewhere between 37 to 43 degrees Celsius. Now let's pretend I have a thermometer and I used it. But basically you don't want it too hot and you don't want it too cold. Okay. So we're going to mix in a package of active dry yeast and let it sit for 1 minute. And then let's add in 5 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt into the mixture. Then we're going to mix everything with a wooden spoon until just combined. And then we're just going to cover up that bowl and set it in a warm place to rise for 1 hour. I just put it in my microwave. And after that hour, you want to remove that towel, and the Tasty instructions said to add another half a cup of flour on top of whatever you already had, although the Sweetest Vegan did not do that, so I'm not sure if it's actually necessary, but I did it anyway. But yeah, let me know, do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's not necessary? Anyway, next we're going to place the dough onto a well-floured clean surface, and then we're going to knead lightly. And then you want to take a rolling pin and roll out the dough. Now guys, look what I'm using for a rolling pin. Homegirl did not have a rolling pin, but homegirl always has wine. Okay. Now in the Tasty recipe, they spread the vegan butter directly onto the rolled out dough. Then they sprinkled the brown sugar and cinnamon on top. However, my brown sugar was super hard and it was really difficult to get it softened. So I decided to melt the vegan butter with the brown sugar and add in the cinnamon to make a melted mixture to pour onto the dough. This is what the Sweetest Vegan did in her recipe, so this is what I was already used to anyways. However, one thing I noticed was that the filling was super runny and liquidy once I melted everything together, and I realized after the fact that in the Tasty recipe they used 3/4 cup of vegan butter, but in the Sweetest Vegan recipe she only used half a cup of vegan butter. So I'm using 3/4 cup of vegan butter here, but I would recommend only using half a cup if you're going to melt the filling like I did. So yeah, if you use too much butter, it's going to make it too liquidy and it might get very messy, as it did in my kitchen. It still tastes super amazing, so you don't really have to worry that much, but yeah, just add less butter and everything will be fine. Once you have that nicely spread, you can start rolling the dough, guys. And then of course you can take a knife and cut your pieces. Now the Tasty recipe says to cut it in half, and then each half should have 7 pieces. Now I got less than 7 pieces, but probably because I didn't roll out the dough as flatly as I probably should have. And I had some extra filling because it was too liquidy, so I'm just putting some on top of each piece. By the way, I'm using 2 disposable pie pans that have been greased with vegan butter. The next step in the tasty recipe is set to cover with a plastic wrap and let it rise in a warm place for 30 minutes. However, I did read a comment that someone wrote in the recipe that this step is not necessary, and plus the Sweetest Vegan didn't do this either, so I think next time I'll just save myself the 30 minutes and skip this step. After removing the plastic wrap, I just stuck it into a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 25 to 30 minutes until baked to golden brown perfection. Meanwhile, we're gonna make a super simple icing. I'm just taking 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of almond milk, and I'm supposed to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I forgot and it was not necessary. And once those cinnamon rolls are baked, you want to take them out of the oven and then you want to drizzle on that icing. I always like to leave a little extra icing so that every time I have a piece, I have a little extra icing to add. And plus, everyone has different tastes when it comes to how sweet they want their cinnamon rolls. So you want to allow people to add more if they want to. But look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. These cinnamon rolls are to die for. They are so good. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite desserts to make, especially for non-vegans, because I'm telling you that they will never ever know that these are vegan. If you don't tell them, you can definitely fool them because they taste just like delicious, amazing cinnamon rolls. They also keep in the fridge for a few days, so every single morning you can take 1 piece out, add a little bit of icing, and have that with some coffee. Heat it up a little bit first, of course, and it's so delicious. I really hope you guys try these out. The recipes for Tasty and also the Sweetest Vegan will be linked down below, as well as my blog post with the written recipe with my little tweaks in them. That will also be linked down below as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to check out my store. Link is down below and get that 15% off with the code VEGAN Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!